We live our lives online, curating a public story made of moments. A birthday party, a sunset vacation, a morning coffee. And for many of us, the brightest, happiest moments are the ones we share with our pets. We post their goofy pictures, celebrate their birthdays, and share their names with the world, turning them into minor celebrities in our own social circles. We see these posts as tokens of love, harmless digital breadcrumbs that tell the story of our joy. But what if a stranger was collecting those breadcrumbs? What if every loving detail you shared, your dog's name, the day you brought him home, his favorite park, wasn't just a memory for your friends, but a key for a thief? Today, we tell the story of Clara, a young woman who adored her dog, Barnaby. She shared her life with him online, a constant stream of happiness and wagging tails. She didn't know that a criminal was watching, studying her joy, and patiently assembling a weapon from her own happy memories. A weapon designed to bypass every password and unlock the door to her entire financial life. This is the story of The Digital Leash. Clara Evans was a master of aesthetics. At 28, she was a freelance graphic designer, and her life in Austin, Texas, was a reflection of her creative eye. Her apartment was filled with light, plants, and meticulously arranged art prints. Her Instagram feed was a curated masterpiece of lattes, design projects, and sun-drenched cityscapes. But the undisputed star of this digital world was Barnaby. Barnaby was a 2-year-old golden doodle, a fluffy, 4-legged embodiment of chaos and affection. Clara had gotten him as a puppy to fill the silence of her freelance work-from-home life, and he had promptly filled every corner of it with his boundless energy. He was more than a pet. He was her co-worker, her confidant, her shadow. And naturally, he was all over her Instagram. Clara's account, with its few thousand followers, was public. It was a semi-professional portfolio, a way for potential clients to see her style. But it was also her personal scrapbook. Her followers knew Barnaby's name. They knew his gotcha day. Anniversary the day she brought him home was May 14th. They saw pictures of him at Zilker Park, his favorite place to chase squirrels. They even knew the name of his veterinarian, Happy Paws Clinic, from a post she made when he got his shots. She once posted a throwback Thursday photo of the day she picked him up. The caption read, "The best day of my life. Drove all the way to a little breeder in Waco to get my boy. Hashtag Barnaby the dude, hashtag my first dog. Double quotes. Every post was a small innocent celebration of her love for him. She was building a community of fellow dog lovers, sharing a joy she thought was universal and completely safe. She couldn't have been more wrong. The attack didn't come with a bang. It came silently, in the middle of a Tuesday afternoon. While Clara was on a Zoom call with a client, Barnaby snoring softly at her feet. Miles away, a person she would never meet was sitting at a computer, logged into her bank's website. But they weren't on the login page. They were on the forgot password page. The first prompt appeared, enter username. The scammer had already found this. Clara, like many people, used a similar handle across all platforms. Her email address, which she used for her design business, was listed right in her Instagram bio. It was easy. The scammer entered her username. The next page appeared. It was the gatekeeper to her financial life. Security questions. Question 1. What was the name of your first pet? The scammer smiled. He typed, Barnaby. He knew this from dozens of posts, not least the hashtag my first dog. Correct. A new question appeared. Question 2. In what city was your mother born? This was a slightly harder piece of the puzzle, but for a patient social engineer, it was far from impossible. Weeks earlier, Clara had posted a birthday tribute to her mother, tagging her mom's public Facebook profile. The scammer had simply clicked on that profile. In the section, her mother had proudly listed her life story, including her birthplace, Mobile, Alabama. The scammer typed, Mobile. Correct. The final wall of her digital fortress had been breached. The screen changed, now prompting, please enter your new password. The thief created a new password, locking Clara out of her own account. With a few clicks, they sent a payment of $2,500 to an anonymous account, then another, and another. Within 5 minutes, Clara's checking account was empty, and her savings had been drained to the Zelle daily transfer limit. The digital ghost built from her own happy memories had just robbed her blind, and Clara had no idea it had even happened. Clara discovered the violation in the most mundane way possible. The next day, she was at the grocery store. Her cart was full. When she went to pay, her debit card was declined. Insufficient funds, the cashier said, not meeting her eyes. Clara flushed with embarrassment. That was impossible. She had just been paid for a big project. She tried again. Declined. Flustered, she paid with her credit card and rushed out of the store, a cold knot of dread forming in her stomach. Sitting in her car, she quickly opened her mobile banking app. She tried to log in, incorrect password. She tried again, slower this time, incorrect password. Confused, she used the Face ID option. The app rejected it. Your account has been locked due to multiple failed login attempts. Please call customer service. Her heart hammered against her ribs. She called the bank, her hands trembling. After navigating the automated menu, she finally reached a human being. Hi, I'm having trouble logging into my account, she started, trying to keep her voice steady. And my card was just declined, which shouldn't have happened. The customer service representative, a calm woman named Brenda, asked for her details. There was a long pause as Brenda typed. The silence stretched, filled only by Clara's own ragged breathing. Ma'am. I'm seeing some unusual activity on your account yesterday, Brenda said, her professional calm doing little to soothe Clara's rising panic. I'm showing a series of Zelle transfers made yesterday afternoon, totaling $12,500. The number didn't register at first. It was too large, too absurd. What? No, that wasn't me. I haven't used Zelle in weeks. Well, I see the transfers right here, Brenda replied. There was also a password reset on your account at 2:15 p.m. yesterday. Did you authorize that? No, I was on a work call. I didn't do any of that. Clara's voice was rising, bordering on hysteria. Someone hacked me. You have to reverse the charges. Brenda's next words were the ones that would haunt Clara for months. Ma'am, I understand you're upset. But from our perspective, the password reset was done legitimately. The person who accessed your account correctly answered your security questions. The world went quiet. It wasn't a brute force hack. It wasn't a sophisticated virus. Someone had walked through the front door using a key she had unknowingly given them. Brenda asked, Ma'am, for verification, can you tell me the name of your first pet? Clara felt the air leave her lungs. Barnaby, she whispered. There was another pause. Yes, that is the answer on file. And the answer that was used yesterday. Clara hung up the phone, her mind a maelstrom of confusion and terror. How? How could anyone know that? It was a secret, a piece of personal data meant only for her. And then, with a dawning horror, she opened Instagram. She looked at her own profile, but she saw it through a new set of eyes. The eyes of a predator. There was Barnaby, in a birthday hat. Hashtag Barnaby's birthday. There was Barnaby, a tiny puppy. Hashtag my first dog. There was her mom smiling. A quick click leads to her profile and her hometown. Every post, every hashtag, every caption was a vulnerability. A piece of the puzzle. Her online life, her curated story of joy, was a detailed instruction manual on how to rob her. The love she had for her dog had been weaponized, and the digital leash she used to share him with the world had been pulled tight around her own neck. She had been a willing accomplice in her own robbery. Clara's story is a chilling example of a crime that doesn't require complex hacking skills. It relies on something far more accessible. Information. This method is a form of social engineering, and the data gathering is what security professionals call open source intelligence, or OSINT. It sounds complicated, but it simply means building a detailed profile of a target using publicly available information. The scammers are digital archaeologists, digging through the ruins of your online life to find the treasures buried within. And the most valuable treasures are the answers to your security questions. Why is this attack so devastatingly effective? 1. We overshare without thinking. We don't see our pet's name or our mother's maiden name as data. We see them as parts of our life. Scammers see them as keys that unlock doors. 2. Security questions are fundamentally broken. The system was designed in an era before social media. The answers to most common security questions, first pet, first car, high school mascot, street you grew up on, are now often easy to find through a few Google or Facebook searches. 3. The illusion of security. We put so much faith in our complex passwords, but we forget that the forgot password link is a backdoor. And that backdoor is often guarded by the weakest, most easily guessed information about us. Think about what a patient criminal could learn about you in an hour. Your birthday, Facebook. Your kids' names and birthdays. Instagram. Your hometown. Facebook. Where you went to high school. LinkedIn. Your political views. Twitter. Your pet's name. Everything. Each piece of information is a potential answer to a question that stands between a criminal and your money. So, how do you protect yourself? How do you keep sharing the things you love without handing the keys to your kingdom to a stranger? First and most importantly, lie on your security questions. I'll repeat that. Lie. The name of your first pet is not Barnaby. It's XJ7PQ9B. The city where your mother was born is not Mobile. It's Zebra Couch. 55. The answers to your security questions should be treated like second passwords. They should be random, unique strings of characters. And you must save these fake answers in a secure password manager, just like you do with your passwords. Never use real, searchable information. Second, enable two-factor authentication, 2FA, on every single important account. 2FA means that even if a scammer gets your password and answers your security questions, they still can't log in without a second piece of information, usually a code sent to your phone. It is the single most effective defense against account takeover. If Clara's bank account had 2FA enabled, the scammer would have been stopped cold. Third, do a privacy audit. Go through your social media accounts. Switch them from public to private. You don't need to share your life with the entire world. Remove personal details from your bios, like your full birthday or your hometown. Think like a thief. Look at your profile and ask, what information here could be used against me? Finally, be mindful of what you share. This doesn't mean you have to stop posting pictures of your beloved pet. But maybe don't answer those fun-looking quizzes on Facebook that ask for your favorite band, first pet, and the street you grew up on. They are often just cleverly disguised data harvesting schemes. Clara spent months fighting with her bank. She eventually recovered a portion of her money, but not all of it. The emotional toll, however, was far greater. The joy she felt sharing Barnaby's life was replaced by a lingering sense of fear and violation. Our digital lives are a permanent record. The innocent details we share today can become the weapons used against us tomorrow. Protect your memories, protect your joy, but most of all, protect your data. Because the strongest digital leash is the one you keep on your own information. Thank you for listening to True Scam Stories. Stay safe and stay aware. Please subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching. See you in the next dimension.